My name is Colby Loop, and I will be presenting U.S. Treasury's market activity and interest rate forecast for the week of March 4th through 8th, 2013. I will give a weekly snapshot of U.S. Treasuries and the movement of the yield curve, along with the expected future one-year interest rates based on the expectation hypothesis of interest rates. During the week of March 4th through 8th, 2013, the yield curve steepened and was upward sloping. The graph shows that rates are very low, near zero, for short maturities ranging from 0.177% to 0.161% in R1 and only slightly above 2.5% in R15. The economy is experiencing bear steepening because long-term rates are rising faster than short-term rates, and the spread is also rising. Inflation expectations pick up, and the market anticipates a Fed rate increase. Next. Forecasted one-year interest rates. The long-term interest rates are geometric averages of current and expected future short-term interest rates. The yield to maturity in percent is on the y-axis, vertical axis, and the time to maturity, T, is on the x-axis, which is the horizontal axis. The graph illustrates one-year Treasury rate forecast over a 15-year period using the unbiased expectations hypothesis. The graph drops down in F8, which is year 2020, F12 2024, and F14 2026 because data is not available as securities are not issued, so the closest date was taken. Next. These are the key factors and events that shape the yield curve for the week. The expansion of U.S. service industries. This covers about 90% of the economy. The Institute for Supply Management Index rose to 56.0 in February from previous month's 55.2, which is much better than expected. And it indicated the service sector of the economy expanded at the fastest pace in a year. Readings above 50 indicate expansion. Job gains top forecast. Signs of improvement in the labor market continued with the release of the February jobs report. Employment rose by 236,000 in February, which is much better than expected, and ahead of the average of 150,000 jobs added over the past 3 years. The unemployment rate fell to 7.7% in February from 7.9% in January. This is also better than estimates. This stands at the lowest level in over 4 years, but it could be misleading because unemployment numbers do not include discouraged workers and involuntary part-time workers. This is the real unemployment rate. Job gains. According to a Bloomberg article, Bill Gross, Pacific Investment Management Company CIO and co-founder, PIMCO, employment data will not prompt Fed to alter stimulus measures because they will look around even if unemployment gets to 6.5%. This means they will look at the participation rate, work rate, productivity, and keep buying bonds until there is substantial improvement in the labor market. Also, stock prices climbed. They were higher during the week, led by the increase in financial stocks. Dow Jones Industrial Average rose 307 points to end the week at 14,397, up 2.2%. The S&P 500 rose 33 points, or 2.2%, to end at 1,551. Bond prices fell on the week, pushing the U.S. 10-year Treasury bond yield down to 0.21% to end at 2.05%. The correlation of bond and stock prices has become increasingly negative over time, And this, you can conclude from this, bonds are a more valuable hedge against riskier assets. Foreign holdings of U.S. Treasury securities currently amount to about $5.5 trillion, roughly half of total amount of marketable Treasury debt outstanding. Global economic and financial stresses of recent years, triggered first by the financial crisis of 2008 and then by problems in the euro area, appear to have significantly elevated safe haven demand for Treasury securities, at times pushing down Treasury yields and implying a lower or even a negative term premium. Fed Chairman speaks on March 1st, 2013. March 1st, Ben Bernanke delivered a speech in San Francisco, California regarding long-term interest rates, and he discussed why long-term interest rates are so low and the likely evolution of long-term rates. In addition, he spoke about managing risk associated with long-term rates. Central banks' low-rate policies encourage spending and borrowing. Higher rates would make borrowing more expensive. Long-term rates are low because inflation is low and stable, and given expectations of weak growth, expected real short-term rates are low. Premature rate increase would carry a high risk of short-circuiting recovery, leading to even longer period of low long-term rates.